you can almost age backwards. That sounds weird, but your skin, you can totally prevent aging in the skin by doing the right.
You have just perked everybody's ears up listening. They're like, whoa, 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 Dr. Sarah, hold on. Let's go there for a quick minute. Is how are we going to start doing that? Because especially with so many of our listeners, you know, the 30 plus range, the 30-year-olds, the 40-year-olds, even the 50-year-olds. So what are the things that we can be doing to start that process to be, you know, really allowing our skin to reverse backwards?
So since I'm a hormone specialist, I really think women need to, we have been telling women that their hormones are, one, they have this really bad experience with birth control. And then we've also been telling them that estrogen is dangerous for them for decades now. And this is also harmful because women will actually think that they need to lower their estrogen. And when you look at prevention of wrinkles, skin integrity, wound healing, reducing inflammation, you know, reducing pore size, getting like this dewy glow, you know, you need estrogen. Estrogen increases the cell turnover. You need it to make collagen. So you can drink all the collagen you want. Like, I know that's like a big for your skin and hair, but you need estrogen to actually make that process happen of building and laying down collagen. We need it for hyaluronic acid. So estrogen is like really hydrating. So to get moisture into the skin and to keep it resilient, which we need that moisture, even just to maintain our body temperature. Our skin is like the largest organ in our body. It's like the, you know, the barrier too. So it's not just like the look that we're going for. It's actually a reflection of our overall health. We should look at estrogen and progesterone as the cornerstone or foundation for anti-aging or prevention of wrinkles and decay in the skin. You know, like young women will do Botox, for example, and they do it young because they want to prevent the wrinkles. So I think women are thinking about it early. They're doing all the skincare, they're doing all the things that they want. But the most natural way, you know, besides what you guys preach and like all the messaging, is hormones, to make sure that we're maintaining those levels and preserving them, you know, not taking them away with birth control or even the, you know, endocrine disruptors that are in all of the skincare creams now.
Oh my, this is a whole nother episode, is the endocrine disruptors in the skincare.
We're taking those away. And when you competitively bind to those receptors with those products, you're not allowing your own natural estrogen, which is what nature gave us to preserve our beauty. We're not allowing that to do its job. And so I think if women thought about that as the best anti-aging approach, we'd all have beautiful skin like as we aged, and we wouldn't need to like do all the extra things that we do for our skin. If you think about all the stuff that women feel like they need to do.
Now, I am in obviously this health space with you both, the wellness space, and I love skincare. I love all things anti-aging, you name it. And I can honestly say it's not often that I hear somebody talk about the importance of estrogen and progesterone for anti-aging. Like, very rare.
You know, we talk about sun, for example, and UV damage, right? Like, so we spend all this time, like the sun is supposed to be here. It's like amazing. We should be in the sun. It's the sun does not cause skin cancer, for example. It's the things that we're doing underneath the sun, like all the chemicals that we're putting on our body that are causing that. And so it's not a natural substance that's causing the cancer, and estrogen is also not doing that. But when you even look at collagen breakdown, we stay out of the sun because we don't want the wrinkles because we're breaking down the collagen. Estrogen prevents that collagen breakdown, right? So like, and also estrogen causes the melanin to be evenly distributed within the skin. So women have this misconception that estrogen causes melasma. I don't know if you've heard that from your clients, but it's like, oh, I got melasma here and it's from the hormones. I was on birth control. I took birth control and I got melasma. And you're like, no, actually it was the fake estrogen. And then you took away your real estrogen. And then, because estrogen creates this like even skin tone, right? So even just that basic knowledge, if women knew how critical estrogen was for their skin and how beneficial, that would be incredible. And progesterone plays just as big of a role in terms of like hydration and boosting like elastin and getting this like kind of firm base that we're all looking for.
Every woman is, you know, they all know about estrogen. I feel like that's like the number one, aside from testosterone, especially in the acne sufferers, they're like, it's my estrogen or my androgens. That's it. There's no other hormones at play for me here. So I'm so glad that you've been mentioning progesterone, because it really is such an unsung hero of the hormone orchestra.
Progesterone is our main hormone. So like, you know, it's just estrogen. We love the effects of estrogen, right? Like we love this like feminizing, you know, effect because it's the main feminizing hormone. Progesterone is our main one though. And so when we really look at like if it's skin, for example, progesterone blocks DHT, which if you're, your listeners and you know very well that DHT causes increased sebum production and like pore size. And it's like the nasty stuff, like the greasy skin and hair and BO and like hair on the chin. This is all DHT doing that. Progesterone blocks that formation. So even if you're naturally prone to it, like when your estrogen drops or you're taking birth control, you've just blocked your natural pathway and that's why you get this like flare up and breakout, is because your progesterone's like absent. And so even just the fact that we can block our own DHT production with progesterone is huge for skin. So if women were to think estrogen and progesterone are good and DHT, testosterone, as you mentioned, androgens are bad for the skin in terms of aging and acne too.